lot of focus on Lola Schumacher, the freshman libero. She gets targeted an awful lot. So far, she's been up to the pressure. Should be a very, very good one indeed. Thanks for joining us. Penn State in their road blue uniforms. Jillian Grimes, the libero out of Westchester, Illinois, will serve. Franklin tipping over the top. That might have been out of bounds. First transition swing. Jara Vicious rips into the cross court. Dug by Furberger. Franklin half speed. That was Mendelson. Keep an eye on her. Get ready. A lot of long rallies. And here's the first one. Smrek through the block and down. We'll show you how these teams measure up the tail of the tape. They are very even indeed in some of the most important statistical categories. Perfect pass. Booth is dug. Smrek stays in the middle. Franklin loves the sharp angle, does number 13 in white. Transferred from Michigan State out of Lake Worth, Florida, the reigning National Player of the Year. On the gap set, Mendelson, that's a very, very good sign for Penn State offensively. In Chicago, 24 digs as a defensive specialist in 4 sets. That's really good output, and that ball over the top, 6'9", number 1 in the country. Here's Schumacher. That's 3 out of 5 sets. Working on the other start. This is Angelina off the edge of the block, dug by Furberger. Smrek, good block touch. Crawford, exceptional as a middle blocker, wearing number 9 in white, Hollywood Peak. And welcome all of you watching college football over on NBC Live to the historic UW Fieldhouse in Madison. Number 7, the Badgers of Wisconsin taking on number 3, Penn State. There is Smrek off to a little bit of a slow start. This is a very, very good blocking team, the best in the country. Good block deflection as well. Cameron Hanna, her first attempt, and off the block and out of bounds. Had a fantastic, fantastic career, 1,811 kills, and again, a very busy night for both of these teams. Crawford on the gap.
And work in transition, that's the more challenging position.
Gulce Guçkin out of Turkey on to serve. Both teams pretty good in reception so far. Hanna off the block. Free ball for Penn State. Middle again. Good read, really good read by Schumacher. Targeting Schumacher. Should be a good chance for Penn State. Hanna into the cross court. That's ripped right on the end line. Good pass by Smrek. Schumacher again. Orzel down the line. Orzel, one of 3 players on this roster that won a 2021 national championship out of Poland. She's played libero. Now she's back at the outside hitting position.
And had 12 kills on 14 swings.
Did you say 900?
Yeah.
900?
Yes, I know.
12 of 14 against Northwestern. Both liberos doing work. Trammell, high swing among all Division I active players. Good pass by Hanna. Right side, Jara Vicious off the edge of the block and just out of bounds.
Caroline Jara Vicious is really important to Penn State's offense. They need to be able to score from that right side, and she's one of those intense competitors who can bring a lot of emotion to the Penn State side of the net. Watch her go hard off the outside hand of Sarah Franklin.
Has an explosive arm, the 6'2" redshirt freshman out of Cleveland. One of 2 transfers from Nebraska. Sarah Franklin again. There is the young setter Furberger out of Manhattan Beach, California, 4th in the Big Ten Conference in assists at just under 11%. Jara Vicious again. Both teams doing a good job in the blocking phase, getting a lot of hands. Carter from the paintbrush. Furberger very early in her career, obviously. Good set to Franklin, has become a very effective server. We saw that last week at Purdue. Good job at the defensive end as well for Furberger. Franklin off the top of the hook. For the Badgers, Wisconsin hitting .316. We'll give you Penn State's numbers in just a moment. Back to Jara Vicious, a little bit wide. Very good set by Booth. That ball missed off the top of the tape and out of bounds.
Charlie's more West Coast style. We're trying to figure out what the difference is, but watch today and we'll see if we can find out.
Libero wearing the off-color jersey, working on Schumacher, and Anna Smrek is such a unique talent offensively from the right side, but here she's sitting out in the middle.
Anna Smrek has most of her career played middle and right side. Look at that big offensive window. At 6'9", she is way up above the net, and Charlie Furbringer finds her.
Averaging just under 3 kills per set and hitting at .322 efficiency, and you'll see why. That's doing nothing but going up for the former most outstanding player at the 2021 National Championship as a freshman.
Wisconsin knows how important it is to get Anna Smrek going. She had negative numbers last week against Nebraska. They want to put her in good positions to score.
That ball set too low. Good save that time. Perfect center field defense right again to the hot hand. Vicious taking a crack at it and gets stuck. Hits the ball. I think that was the culprit going off for Franklin. Working on Mrzik down the line, out of system here. That's a good swing. Restart the point. Here is Vicious. 24 digs in 4 sets in Chicago just last night. Smrek on 27 attempts, 10 errors, hit negative. As you pointed out right before first serve, the entire team, nice play by Mendelssohn. There is Mrzik once again. Wisconsin went on that 7-1 run, nice serve by the All-American Jess Mrzik. Sarah Franklin is such an expert passer at nearly 60% good or perfect. There is Franklin trying to sneak over and take some real estate.
Again, the pace of the serve from Mrzik causing problems right in the seam between 2 passers for Wisconsin.
Good pass by Franklin, much needed. Smrek down the line. Perfect dig by Grimes. Big chance, what a rip. Neither of these teams are a one-pony show. Smrek coming off the right side, off speed. Grimes, first contact, good block coverage. Furbringer with first contact. Sprawling dig, Faldudo chasing. Smrek. Another difficult swing. Has played libero, now moved over to the defensive specialist role. Again working on Mrzik. Orzel. Again all over that. Furbringer right back at you. Perfect first contact. Franklin 5 of 12, no errors. Anna Smrek 4 of 11. There's Mendelssohn. Easy serve to Franklin. That's gobbled up. Kevin Robinson haven't called her name off for Wisconsin. Back-to-back service errors, this time by Orson. You read Wisconsin's, they say Charlie Furbringer was the #1 setting recruit in the country. 1A and 1A plus, you figure it out. Dug by Stark. Tough chance. And the ball falls.
To yell help to her teammates, so somebody steps in.
Stark again. Out of system here, swing for Franklin, just inside the 3-meter line. There's Crawford. Trammell again. There is Hannah, 6'2" grad student, second season at Penn State, out of Lansing, Illinois. Big swing by, hitting 190. Oh, what a cover. Mrzik was Johnny on the spot, and smartly off the edge and out of bounds. Smrek wanted that one back.
Hitter coverage so important when you're playing an elite blocking team. Both sides of the net have to cover, and then look at this ball by Mrzik. She just pops it up, keeps it in play, and works for another play off the block.
Excellent pass by Schumacher, and it helps to be 6'9". Franklin, 19 aces on the year. Another expert pass, maybe a little tight. That looked like a better pass than that was set up that time by Stark. Smart shot by Smrek to reset. Orzel. Mendelson. Boy, that looked like that ball was down. And there are many. One of them is ball up or down. Perfect pass by Schumacher. Oh. Contact when the serve is not tough. Basically an automatic first ball side out. Mrzik, smart shot in front of Orzel. And Furberger cannot keep the ball in play.
Well placed right over the block of Anna Smrek, and the off blocker, Orzel, could not run that ball down.
The biggest lead was 15-9 for Wisconsin. There is Mrzik, not the same threat as Franklin out of the back row. Oh, an ace! Perfect pass by Franklin. Smrek over the top.
Penn State needs to avoid Sarah Franklin every single time except for that dribbler ace. She is taking care of it. Actually, there was one seam ball that she wasn't able to get on, but she is passing the ball extremely well for Wisconsin.
Exactly right, Holly McPeak. She's good or perfect at 60%, and then you drop down from there, Orzel at 56. They're both very good receiving teams. Here's Guchtikin, 23-22. Camera Hannah again. Heather Cox telling us that she is severely under the weather, suffering from a chest cold. Stuff blocked that time once again by the best in the business right now. And dealing with some injury. Set point. Hannah. Off the edge of the block and down, so the set point is saved.
Confident swing by Cameron Hannah, 8 in blue for Penn State.
Coming on to serve now for Penn State. Must have for the Nittany Lions. Second set point for number 7, Wisconsin. Got to serve tough, got to serve in. And don't serve Franklin, as Holly McPeak mandated. Right in the middle of the serve receive is Sarah Franklin. Oh, that's too easy. Robinson. We might have a review. Depends on who wins this point. Faldudo. Big swing, but just missed it out of bounds.
A silver medalist right behind us. Whole team is here, so best of luck to you. We'll let you enjoy and wear that dad hat for the rest of the night.
All right. Thanks so much, Heather. Good to see you.
Matt, thank you.
Thank you, Heather. And Matt Furberger. Matt telling us before the match that he bought his first pair of waterproof boots and his first snow shovel, so he's ready to go for winter in Madison. Just underway, second set. That ball dribbled luckily inside by Sarah Franklin. And when you evaluate setters, how about looking at hitting percentage? 405 for Wisconsin in the opening set behind the direction of Charlie Furberger.
Wisconsin was really clean offensively in the first set, only 1 hitting error. And on the other side of the net, 6 hitting errors. So that was really the difference in terms of hitting efficiency.
Jess Mrzik's got to pick things up here. 3 of 13 with 2 errors. She is the main weapon, both in serve, receive, first ball, side out, wearing number 9 in blue. Outstanding player. She'll find a way.
Great players always do.
We're doing a match for Penn State at UCLA, and Mrzik really struggled for the first set and a half. And at the end of the day, had about 25 kills and led to the win. Good chase that time by the other Stark. That is Angelina Stark, the older sister of Izzy. Sarah Franklin's got a very, very unique arm swing, very snappy at the top.
And surprising, Jess Mrzik doesn't have her hands up, actually gets her in the nose. She's shaking it off right now, but had a lot of heat and got on top of Jess Mrzik faster than she expected.
Mrzik and Franklin were teammates this past summer, playing for Team USA in the Dominican Republic. Stark back out to Mrzik.
Beautiful feed from Izzy Stark to Jess Mrzik on that left pin, and she crushed that ball through the seam. Watch the Wisconsin block. There's a little sunlight in there, and she gets on it hard and fast.
Just a rare or a beam of sunlight as Carter Booth, middle blocker number 52, trying to get outside. Errant pass by Schumacher and Orzel. Nicely done off the edge.
Julia Orzel has been turning it down the line and scoring often. Not sure why Penn State is not ready for that ball after that's what she did in the first set.
Orzel in her senior year out of Poland, hitting at a 256 clip. Very good receiver, very good defender as well. Played at the libero last year. That ball by Mendelson. Unforced error into the top of the tape.
Maggie Mendelson trying to be cute and sneak a little drop shot. That one doesn't clear. And those are the types of hitting errors that really bring a hitting percentage down, and that's why Penn State's numbers are down offensively.
Quick reminder, if you weren't with us for first serve, Mendelson playing last night at Northwestern left the match in the second set with an injured ankle. Not going to miss this one. Way too much air under that tip. Crawford, what a delivery by Furbringer again.
Wisconsin worked on this connection. It's obvious they need to run their middles, and this gap set really stresses the block on the other side of the net. You saw the Penn State middle going the other direction and late to get there.
Quick early run by the Badgers, 3-0 to take the 5-2 advantage behind Furbringer and Crawford. Tight set. Smrek again, trying to throw it into the block. Smrek with the rejection.
Jess Merzik has her work cut out for her today, facing Anna Smrek across the net, especially out of system plays like this where everybody knows it's going there. The block is well formed. Tough to find ways to score.
If you make the mistake too tight against Smrek and the rest of these blockers for Wisconsin, oh, nice stab. You are going to pay the price. What a shot by Crawford.
Agreed, and maybe moving Jess Merzik along the net, possibly to the right side. Find some space to operate and going down.
Short serve, trouble. Furbringer on the gap. Pretty good set in trap. Oh! OTT, Anna Smrek over the top.
What an incredible transition set on the Wisconsin side. This is a bump set from freshman Lola Schumacher, and you're right, over the top. Anna Smrek using all her size to find open court.
Smrek now 8 of 17. Franklin is 8 of 15. No errors between them. Good play by Smrek, cover and tip. Merzik over on the right side now. They have switched. And it doesn't matter. Number 14, Smrek, over the top again. This building's going crazy.
Penn State trying to find a way. They moved Jess Merzik to the right side. She took some swings over there, but Wisconsin defensively has the answer today.
The lead is 10-2. During this 8-0 run, Anna Smrek, 6'9", out of Canada, the most outstanding player at the NCAA championships in 2021, a couple of blocks and a couple of kills.
Penn State just put Cameron Hanna in the back row to allow a back row opportunity offensively for Penn State. Just give them one more option.
What a job the block and defense phase has done for Wisconsin on Jess Merzik, one of the best left side attackers in the country. I'll give you her numbers in just a moment, and they're not good if you're a Penn State fan. Must have for the Nittany Lions. Mendelson. Furbringer in double digits, digs.
Charlie Furbringer, the center for Wisconsin, leads her team in digs. Penn State trying to attack her, force another player to set the ball, but she is answering the challenge, and look at the transition swing by Orgel on 2.
Jordan Hopp, who played last night after Mendelson went out with that injury, 6'2" grad out of Alliance, Nebraska, transfer from Iowa State on the floor, now wearing number 5 in blue. That ball missed out of bounds. Get you back to Merzik's numbers. The offensive star carries such a big load, and Holly, you pointed out, 3 of 23 with 4 errors. So she's taken 23 swings, and her team is down a point.
And when your offense runs through a player like Jess Merzik, 31%, that's a big reliance, and none of the other players have been able to find answers either. So it's a lot due to Wisconsin and their defense. They are swarming defensively and in really good spots today.
What a Smart shot by Orzel.
We've seen Yulia Orzel go down that line, but this time just seeing open court in the cross court.
To give you an idea how good Wisconsin has been in block and defense and serve, this is the 19th swing for Penn State and their first kill in the set. Standing ovation. Let's go to Heather Cox.
Well, Paul, everybody knew coming in that Wisconsin was a tough team to hit against, especially Penn State. They did everything in their arsenal, got super creative this week when trying to think, how do we practice going up against a 6'9" Anna Smrek, a 6'7" Carter Booth. So they brought in brooms, they brought in huge gymnastics mats, they brought in a team of men to act as practice players, everything that they could think of to practice against this huge block. In fact, Jess Merzick told us this week, it's intimidating, but it can work to attackers' strengths. She's talked about not avoiding the block, that there's actually more surface area to work with on a bigger block, but so far, she hasn't found those areas to tool.
Thank you, Heather. What a challenge indeed. Cameron Hanna wearing number 8, playing under the weather. Heather telling us, Taylor Trammell coming back on as well. 16-3 is the lead right now for Wisconsin. 16-4. It had been so long since Penn State had scored. It took a little while for it to register on our computer. Menger on to serve. A huge mountain to climb. Really good reception. Devin Robinson.
First contact is so important if you want to run your offense, especially we've been seeing a ton of gap sets and slides from Charlie Furbringer, but Wisconsin putting up the first contact numbers and Devin Robinson going to work. She goes over the top high seam.
When we spoke with Katie Schumacher-Colley earlier in the week, one of the points that she really emphasized is we must, not just for this match against Wisconsin, but we need to become an elite serving team, and they have not been so far on the afternoon.
Penn State needs to find Taylor Trammell, number 1 in navy blue for Penn State as often as possible. One of the best attackers efficiently in the country.
6 blocks again for Wisconsin. We'll give it 33 digs. Nicely done by Grimes. Hanna. And sneaks that ball in between Furbringer along with Devin Robinson.
Cameron Hanna took a big rip at that one. I'll tell you, Wisconsin was in the right location, but hands were not pressed over the net. And that one gets down on the Wisconsin side.
Crowd getting a little antsy, and it's 17-6. Again, Sarah Franklin.
Wisconsin struggled early in this season, and they're really starting to find their rhythm as a team. They had a freshman setter, a freshman libero, some new young players in important positions, and you see what their high potential can look like. They will be dangerous in the postseason. Caroline
Jaravicius back on, trying to add some offense for Penn State, working on Hanna. Oh, that's a good swing, but just unlucky for Penn State. Nobody there in the coverage.
Look at this block by Carter Booth. Left hand taking that angle away, and the hitter coverage was right behind the hitter. That went deep in the court.
Carly Anderson on to serve, one of the captains for the Wisconsin Badgers. Once again, they have been to the national semifinals 4 of the last 5 years. And speaking of what these two teams have in common, Penn State has had to come through this building the last 2 NCAA tournaments, and that's where their run to a possible 8th national championship ended. That is a service ace for Cameron Hanna, number 8 in blue.
Incredible pace on that serve, and the bottom just dropped out for the Penn State ace. They need a lot more of that from the service line.
Schumacher, number 30, wearing the libero jersey, has been superb, really good defensively and in reception. And she's usually the target. Penn State now with 4 aces to none. Carter Booth again out of the middle.
In order to run that gap set, that 3-set, Wisconsin needs to pass the ball perfect. They do, and Furbringer goes to town, feeding Carter Booth in the middle.
The reception for Wisconsin right now has been so expert, as evidenced by the fact that Furbringer's offense is hitting at .508. It's against the #3 team in the country. Shows you how good Nebraska was at blocking defense in this building a week ago Friday. Franklin. Smrek trying to answer.
Anna Smrek and Carter Booth are gigantic. We saw this a couple weeks ago against Purdue. They can give a left side attacker nightmares. You want to attack the edges, the high hands, but it's hard to find anywhere.
That is an impressive performance by Smrek and the rest of the Badgers. And that's what the pressure does to you. Unforced error by Caroline Jaravicius. Fuerbringer, as she does now, closing her eyes to focus. Remember the run she went on at Purdue. Served 11 straight balls. Taylor Trammell.
When Penn State passes that ball well, they can run that middle attack. That's Taylor Trammell hits incredible numbers out the middle, but you have to pass, and Wisconsin has been putting all sorts of pressure on Penn State from the line.
Trammell was 12 of 14 at Northwestern yesterday evening. So far, hadn't gotten the ball enough. 5 of 8, still no errors. No errors in her last 22 swings. Smrek got to find a way to get it going. And missed it out of bounds.
It's hard when you're struggling. You want to avoid the block. You want to find ways to score. And I'd like to see Penn State move her around a little. We saw her go right, but everything at that pin in front of Anna Smrek is a little scary.
Jaravicius, number 14 in blue, good swing down the line. And to add to the challenge for number 9, Jess Smrek, they're serving her relentlessly. And remember, far less than 24 hours ago, she took 60 swings in the 3-1 win at Northwestern. There is Faldudo. Penn State got to find some momentum. There's no way they're coming back in this set. Try to find something. Good joust by Stark. Perfect first contact. That's up into the jumbotron, past the plane of the net. So Smrek with a much-needed kill. Good rhythm to that play from start to finish.
Izzy Stark got her some pace, got her a little operating room inside that block, and Jess Smrek takes a big swing for them.
Smrek out of system, smart swing. Wisconsin ahead in the point. The gap again. Booth breaking out the lefty.
Watch this quick attack in transition. Carter Booth gets up, sees that it goes past her right shoulder, just throws it down with her left hand. Nice court vision.
Set point number 1, Lola Schumacher. Freshman libero. You talked about some young players start throwing it down. In the beginning of the season, Wisconsin, I didn't expect them to win them all, but I didn't think they were going to lose to Texas, Stanford, and Louisville, which they did. We found out Smrek was injured. We also found out that Sarah Franklin fractured her ankle over the summer and tore ligaments. They were still very, very much on the mend. Set point again. Ball on Fuerbringer. Anna Smrek again. Very, very good out of system setting by Lola Schumacher. Pretty good. Not a good set that time. A rare mistake by Charlie Fuerbringer.
That ball carried wide and hit the antenna before Sarah Franklin could do anything with it.
Pretty good velocity on that serve. It was flat as well. Out of system. Gotta have this. I know it's so early, but oh, there's the block again. The phone booth with a roof.
trying to go to Taylor Trammell in transition, but Anna Smrek came in and helped on this block. She's the right side blocker, steps in and helps Carter Booth, and there's that combination again that's deadly for Wisconsin.
Merzik, you pointed it out, Holly, this time out of the right side and out of the back row.
Give Jess Merzik some space to swing and she'll find ways to kill the ball for Penn State.
9 blocks now for Smrek, Booth, and Wisconsin. Not only are they 6'9", 6'7", very, very skilled in the blocking phase. That's a pretty good block touch, but just too much heat from 14 and White.
Penn State has a double block on that gap set for Wisconsin, but Smrek gets on top of it, and she's got the range to go high off the hands over the defense.
When Anna Smrek has got it rolling, it doesn't matter how many hands are in front of her. It just doesn't. There's Schumacher. Cameron Hanna, not much in the reception, and is exposed there.
Lola Schumacher putting some nice pace and catching Hanna at a weird angle to score that ball. Tough service pressure from the freshman libero.
Schumacher, wearing number 30 out of Carmel, Indiana, has taken over and very, very well at the libero position. Smrek. Coming to Orzel.
Sarah Franklin step in and set that transition ball from 15 feet off the net, and Orzel finished it off with a great cross-court swing.
Orzel now 7 of 12. Not really counted on for her offense, but carrying her usual load and then some. Oh, Schumacher's there. Smrek. Cameron Hanna trying to find a way, this time against Crawford and Smrek, and does so, number 8 in blue.
Transition set from Izzy Stark, setting at the 3-meter line, somehow finds a way between the two Wisconsin blockers who were late on their press.
Pretty good first contact. That was a tough serve. Orzel with a throwdown.
Lola Schumacher, the freshman libero, good response and serve receive, putting that ball up to her setter to run the offense.
Remember the beginning of the season when Wisconsin played that very, very tough schedule we talked about, and also was dealing with some injuries. They were also deploying 2 liberos, but Lola Schumacher owns that spot right now, and deservedly so.
Kelly Sheffield told us she was great in the red zone. The last part of the set, she really performed under pressure.
Merzik. Sarah Franklin is a phenomenal center fielder.
Sarah Franklin flying out of the back row. She's hitting that back row quick right down the middle of the court, really successfully for Wisconsin.
Franklin wearing number 14, the reigning National Player of the Year. Also averaging just about 2.5 digs per set. You saw a good example of it there. Stark hustling, but Merzik running out of real estate. It has been all Wisconsin after a very closely played opening set. Back with Holly McPeak and Heather Cox on Paul Sunderland. Tight pass right to Stark. Goochtikin on target. Orzel. The other Stark, Angelina, with a nice save. Merzik into the cross court.
Jess Merzik finding a way for Penn State after the fantastic dig. She was way off the net, but powers that one through sharp angle.
Interesting how things come full circle. Matt Furbringer, who's going to be the coach of the pro team here, his setter is going to be Lauren Carlini.
Full circle moment.
Merzik has finally moved into positive territory. And what a swing by Sarah Franklin. And speaking of Lauren Carlini and the Olympic Games and whatnot, Sarah Franklin has a very bright future. We might see her in Los Angeles in a couple of years' time. Let's go to Heather Cox.
Guys, you were talking about the relationship between Charlie Furbringer and Lauren Carlini. You may have noticed during timeouts, they talk quite a bit. And Holly, like you said, they both geek out on watching film, but that is where the similarities end. Lauren told me we both have a love of the game and a love of competing in common, but after that, you couldn't get two more different personalities. Lauren said it's been a huge challenge, really learning the best methods for helping her star freshman and accepting that not everyone does it how she would do it. I'd say they found a very successful rhythm, the two of them.
Thank you, Heather. No question about that. And Lauren Carlini, one of the best college setters probably in the last 25 years, as evidenced by that resume. The roll continues for Wisconsin.
The team defense on the floor for Wisconsin has been so impressive today. They've been disciplined with their block, but also their backcourt defense. Look at Lola Schumacher. Read that ball off the hands, keep it in play, and then Sarah Franklin does the work. Transition offense.
Overpass. The Pitt Panthers currently ranked #1. They've only lost once. Nebraska ranked #2. What does this say about the job the Cornhuskers came in here just a little over a week ago, sweeping Wisconsin? That ball is good, out of the middle by Mendelson, back in. Both of these teams still have a date in Lincoln with the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Kelly Sheffield told us his Wisconsin team learned from that loss. Look, we're vulnerable in these places. Where can we improve the connection? And they had very few practices between now and then, but they were able to get some better connections offensively.
Jocelyn Nathan on, rarely used substitute. Sarah Franklin is a very impressive volleyball player in every phase.
Watch this dribbler. Orgel slides under one hand to get under, and then Furbringer feeds Sarah Frank the tank, and she hits right between those two left side defenders for Penn State.
Here is Carly Anderson again. That ball is missed. Penn State continues to reel, but it's all about the pressure of Wisconsin's serving and block and defense phase.
The pass is so far off the net that Izzy Stark is having a hard time locating that slide set that's an important part of the Penn State offense.
Franklin now with 13 kills on 27 swings. Merzek, unloading.
It's a little different scenario when you've got Charlie Furbringer instead of Anna Smrek in front of you, and Jess Merzek takes advantage down the line. She's got some room to swing.
Furbringer is 5'11" as opposed to Anna Smrek at 6'9". And very capable technically as a blocker. Perfect pass. Booth. Furbringer continues to have all options on the table.
Penn State knows it's coming, and they still can't stop her. Carter Booth at 6'7" finds a piece of the block and hits it off of that.
We talked about the setting matchup between Izzy Stark and Charlie Furbringer. They first met one another when Izzy Stark and her family were living in Las Vegas. Furbringer out of Southern California, known each other since they were 8 years old. Played against one another most of the time, but also teammates for Team USA.
Watch Carter Booth do her job, own the net. Back-to-back defensive assignments, and Carter Booth all over it defensively for Wisconsin.
What a good point, Holly McPeak. Really good read by Carter Booth. Ready for the tip, ready for everything. That ball missed out of bounds.
It's supposed to be hard. So for athletes like us, that's the fun part. She said the competitiveness in us, and it doesn't define you. So obvious, guys, that Anna gets a lot more than just her height from her dad.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Heather Cox. And look at the response from Wisconsin. We talked about historically how Nebraska hadn't won here since 2013. But you look at Smrek's numbers, you look at Franklin's numbers, so they had to completely move on. They sweep Illinois, a good Illinois team on the road, then they come back and easily take out Iowa last night. give you the dates of those matchups for each of these teams at Nebraska. Dug by Grimes, right on target. Smrek.
Wisconsin took advantage of the lessons learned from that Nebraska loss, and they're so much better today.
Looked at Anna Smrek's numbers, and if you take out and give Nebraska all the credit in the world, they really slowed Anna Smrek. But if you take that one out, she's hitting over 400 in the last 6 matches. Now Wisconsin continues to roll. Remember the opening set, 25-23? What has it been since then? Second set was 25-12. So that's 43-19 since that opening set.
Watch Cameron Hanna on this one go sharp inside the block. She's not going to challenge that block down the line anymore, especially with Smrek and Booth in front of her.
Orzel. Good strong swing through the block.
Wisconsin spends a lot of time on their transition setting because after a dig, you want to get a swing. And Wisconsin's done a really good job of that today, even if it's not the setter on that second contact.
Wisconsin is in Lincoln to take on the Cornhuskers on the 23rd. Penn State, they're on the 29th to close out the regular season. Trammell, a low scud, and that missed just out of bounds.
Penn State trying to run that middle. I like the idea, just set a little bit low for Taylor Trammell to get on top of.
Wisconsin goes out to LA next week. We'll have these Badgers at USC next Thursday night, and then they'll go on to play UCLA. Nice stab by Smrek. Oh, they called Anna Smrek over. Some slice of the ball has to be in the plane above the net.
Watch this ball. Looks like Anna Smrek goes on the other side of the net, and Penn State gets an easy break there.
Good pass by Franklin.
Serve receive has been fantastic for Wisconsin today, and Charlie Furbringer distributing that ball, running the offense beautifully. Look at the middle blocker, took a step right for Penn State and laid together, and Anna Smrek makes them pay.
Wisconsin is hitting .500. You heard Kelly Sheffield against a very, very good defensive team in Penn State. Right side to Jaravicius.
Earlier in this match, we talked about how important it was to score from the right side. Jaravicius with her 5th kill. But when you can score from the right, that takes pressure off your left side.
Quinn Menger, defensive specialist out of Virginia, coming on to serve. 21-10 is the lead. If you're just joining us, remember Penn State came into this match with a 19-match winning streak in the Big Ten Conference. Undefeated along with Nebraska. Jaravicius tipping through the block and down.
Back-to-back kills on the right side for Penn State, and surface pressure right now allowing Wisconsin, or putting Wisconsin out of system.
Tough serve, well left by Schumacher along with Franklin. And now Julia Orzel will go back to serve. 22-11. Orzel 10 kills on 18 swings, 3 digs, a block as well. That's going to be a two-handed slam dig that time by Mrzik. Mrzik has never been able to get it going, but give all the credit to Wisconsin. Sheffield right in front of us has got the challenge card.
Assistant coach told Kelly Sheffield that he thought there was a net violation, but I don't think there's a challenge.
Eva Falduto, 5'7" freshman, exceptional defensive specialist, will come on to serve. Dug by Grimes. Mrek. On the slide, Mendelssohn looking for a touch. Ball is overturned. Here comes Falduto. How good has Schumacher been? Look at the quality of contact. Robinson is dug. Stark working against Furbringer in the middle. Back row, Orzon.
Charlie Furbringer, who usually blocks on the right side, blocked a couple different plays out of the middle, and then goes to Orzon out of the back row to end the long rally.
Carly Anderson wearing number 4 in white on to serve. 2 points away is Wisconsin from the sweep. Right side, that missed out of bounds. Look at what Wisconsin is doing. 99 swings, 3 hitting errors. Outblocked Penn State 11-0, hitting .465 on the afternoon. Match point. Mrek. Franklin, not yet. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
What a performance for Wisconsin. They played clean volleyball.
Well, I want to talk about the power of this field house.
Yeah.
I mean, how many points did this crowd earn?
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to play in this building. I mean, the fans are great. They were waiting here since 6:30 this morning, and the energy is just it's awesome.